to the channel, people. Rivals until death. Yeah, we have a new member here today. We have Andrew. And we have a mixed bag, Carlisle.
Come on.
Yeah, so let's talk about the weekend games that went already, and let's talk about the preview games.
Go on.
Let's first talk about Arsenal. Now, what are your thoughts on Arsenal this season?
Who you want to go first? Me?
Yeah, man. Go first. You're back.
All right, listen. My thoughts on Arsenal this season and the thoughts I have every season. Netflix FC. Every year is next year. I remember at the beginning of the season, Tony was adamant, we are winning the league. No doubt about it. We're winning the league. We're winning the league. This season, in all honesty, put rivalry aside and bias, Man City falling off based on what's happened over the last 2 seasons, Arsenal should have stepped up to the mantle and walked through. They haven't. What's causing them to not be able to step up to that point and take over the mantle? God, I couldn't tell you. I don't think it's an issue with the manager. Maybe it's the players. They're not used to winning yet. They haven't won anything, so they ain't got that. You know, that little winning mentality to get you over the edge. It could possibly be that. But I think out of everybody, Arsenal should be the most disappointed team in terms of this should have been their year. Liverpool was supposed to be.
You don't feel like injury plays a lot apart in we not performing like the way we're supposed to be performing?
All right. Injuries plays a part, yes. I won't deny it because injury plays it does play a part. But also, I think Arsenal should have been better prepared for injuries because you've seen. Remember when Liverpool never had no injuries? 2018, 2019, we stormed the league. Soon as Van Dijk and them man started getting injured.
Yeah, you're talking about Corona. The Corona League, right?
Huh?
The Corona Cup.
Whatever you want to call it, you know, it's a Premier League, bro. I wish you had one too.
Bro, I'm not this body.
But yeah, the Corona season.
Yeah.
Liverpool had a period of time where we weren't getting no injuries. Then we just started getting bare injuries. But this is why your squad has to be
the same this season, though. This season is the same for me this season. You haven't been getting a lot of your big name players injured, like Arsenal.
We've had injuries, but yeah, I think what's happened is Slot's come in and Slot's changed up the medical staff. He's changed up this training system, and I think that's benefited our players very, very well. So we've had way less injuries than usual this season. That's a fact.
Yeah, but my point is this: big name players. Big name players are like Saka and Virgil van Dijk. Those are your big name players.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, my point is, it's not about I saying you guys knowing how the seasons have gone should have been better prepared.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not taking nothing away from what you're saying. We should have been better prepared. But I'm saying the main reason why we're not performing and not turning up the way we're supposed to be is because of the injuries. Because I'm not sure that if
you can't say that wholly and solely either, because before you lot started getting injuries, we were still like 9 points ahead. Before the injuries kicked in.
Before what injury?
Before Saka and all them man that got injured, Liverpool was.
Bro, remember at the start of the season, Martin Odegaard, that's what I'm saying. Martin Odegaard was out for 3 months.
What, one player? One player. One player. The season's done.
Then when Martin Odegaard, Gabriel Jesus, come on, Carla, we all see
Jesus doesn't score. Jesus don't make a difference.
He's still one of our main players.
Jesus does not make a difference for you lot. Big man, come on. Jesus doesn't score goals.
You know my opinion on Jesus. He's shit. Yes, but he does play, bro. He does contribute in the team.
He plays, but he's not. Jesus being injured is not a major. Sorry, go on, Andrew.
Even when he's not scoring, his work rate is very instrumental to the team. I've seen that many times.
Boy, I personally don't think Jesus make that much of a difference for you lot. Saka, huge injury. Saka is a huge injury for you lot. Big. That was a big thing. But Jesus for me, nah. If Nunes got injured tomorrow, yeah, Nunes contributes. But if he got injured tomorrow, I wouldn't call that's not a big injury for us.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're literally the same type of players. Nunes is the same player for you, and same player for me as Jesus.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's not. It shouldn't. Jesus shouldn't be in the equation when you're talking about major injuries that could slow down your
Yes,
time.
the countless games we watched, Darren Nunes came on and stick you out and help you out winning
Yeah,
that
he
game.
has. He's contributed, but
That's what I'm saying. You see, that's what I'm saying. He contributed in the game.
yeah, but he wouldn't class that as a big
Yeah,
injury to slow down my.
but the person doesn't have to be scoring to be important to the team. Even though he's not scoring, he's contributing elsewhere.
No, I
So
understand that. I understand that, but I still don't think he's that much of an important player for you to say he's one of the reasons why Arsenal never stepped up and won the league because he was injured.
No,
based on this, based on
don't
the
get this
squad,
twisted, Arsenal. I'm not saying that we shouldn't win the league. I'm still putting blame on Arsenal that we should have won this league.
Yeah,
I'm just saying that that's a like you can look in your mind and look back in things and say, yo, that's one of the main reasons why Arsenal haven't performed this season.
the injury. I think Saka's been a big blow for you lot this year.
um,
I would say that.
one more big point where I would say we have been getting the best of our captain this season as well. That's also a very big blow to the team this season.
But why do you think that is though? Why is Odegaard's form dropped off?
Well, for me, I think out of all the teammates within the club, he has more chemistry with Saka. But since he's out, it's like he doesn't have no other player to like turn to like can link up players with. For me, I just think he's very demotivated because of Saka's injury this
Injury.
season. Yeah,
Yeah, good. I get that to them, but you have to look at it this way. Majority of these games, he's been injured too. So it takes a player. You gotta be playing games for you to be fully fit or back in your fully flow to play games.
Mm.
yeah.
But
But
I feel like we should get a lot of people should talk about his performance too, because there's a lot of games that he's been playing now. We still haven't seen the Martin Odegaard that we've seen for the last two
yeah,
seasons. This
yeah.
guy was in the starting 11 team of the season, the two
The
seasons straight.
last, yeah,
I think Odegaard's form's dropped off immensely. I think
Yeah.
yeah,
that's one of the main reasons for you lot's not so much the injuries. I think the because he's mainly your creative spark. Like
yeah.
Why you guys started on the game last week?
he's the maestro for you lot, and with him not performing, also I want to know why is Martinelli not carried on the trajectory he was on? That guy used to be frightening. I literally used to fear Martinelli, and then now
No,
it's just
go ahead, bro.
huh?
I don't really know what to say about Martinelli. Not sure if maybe maybe too much pressure is put on him, we're expecting too much from him, or he's not able to manage that amount of responsibility put on him at this time. At this time.
I think what a lot of people over here and what the British media is saying is that they feel Arteta is too restrictive. Then he's not giving him the freedom to play that Brazilian way.
That's what I was gonna say, Carla. That's what I was gonna say. For me, the reason for him not performing is the system. The way how we play towards the Saka wing. If you
Yeah.
notice, majority of our play goes towards Saka wing. You could call
Yeah.
if you count on your hand how much ball went over to Toronto when we were playing.
Mm.
The majority of the time he's running back to defend. He's not attacking like how he used to be.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what a lot of people are saying. It's
What
mostly
are your
down to
thoughts on the week games that went? The Fulham game, blood.
Fulham. You know what? Honestly, I didn't get to see the game, and I haven't seen the highlights. I just know you lot won.
For me, very decent game. I could see yes, I know the team was performing there. Glad to have back Saka within the team. We look very more creative, we're playing more direct, and we were attacking a lot. We should have got more goals, but I'm okay with the win. It's a very good game for me. It's a good welcome back to Saka and hopefully this can give him the momentum to go forward with other games.
For me, in that game, it seems to me like Arteta let off the shackles of Martinelli. Gabriel Martinelli in that game was like the whole Martinez that we know. He was taking on his winner every given moment that ball went towards him. Nothing on that again. For me, a poor performance in this game. Thomas Partey.
Yeah,
Bro, I don't. I'm not taking nothing away from your Ryan Gravenberch. But for me this season, I don't see a better midfielder than Thomas Partey. Honestly.
none.
Ryan's the man, bro.
You see, starting up this season, starting up from first, also part of the first 15 games, Ryan Gravenberch, yes. But
Yes.
from the first 15 up until now, Thomas Partey have overtaken him, bro. Honestly.
Ryan, I'll say, looks tired. He looks tired in the last few games.
Yeah,
He's
looks
looked
like he's
leggy.
playing too much games, right?
Yeah, he hasn't. Because even the other day, Holland, he literally just met up with the Dutch players and came back to Liverpool. They didn't even let him play because he needed the rest. So he has looked. To be fair, the whole Liverpool squad looks leggy. They look tired.
Yeah.
Agreed. So, well, that was good for us because it actually saved the world. Now we can't have Liverpool winning treble so easy, new manager,
We you know what? That was just a media thing. We were never on course to win a treble. I knew we wouldn't win it.
Yeah, let's move on to the Liverpool game. Let's move on to the Liverpool game, guys.
Huh?
What's your thoughts about the Liverpool game? Let's move on to the Liverpool game.
You know what? We didn't play great, but we won, which is what's important. That's the mentality of winners. Do you get me? We did enough, and especially in a game of that nature, the Merseyside derby is probably one of the most difficult games in the Prem. Do you get me? And to grind that out and win it, I was happy. Very, 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 very happy. Worse, we've got a bit of injury crisis going on at right back. Connor Bradley's out, Trent's out. We're playing Curtis Jones at right back, who's a midfielder. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm more than happy with the result.
Wanted them to win that game. Just unfortunate, really expected them to win that game, Merseyside derby. I was looking for him to take it home, but Liverpool just can't get them out so easy.
I feel like they were lucky in that game, Carlisle. I feel like you guys was very lucky in that game because Beto had like 3 or 4
Beto hit the post. He hit the. You know what? To be fair, they had like 2 good chances overall. Mom, I'm on the phone.
I feel like he has the ticket for the defenders,
Huh?
Last 2 games I've seen him play with the defenders, he has the ticket.
Yeah, he's a strong lad.
Yeah. That's what I noticed with your defense. I noticed like when you come up against like strong strikers, you give me problems.
Yeah. Big fast players. Because Van Dijk, ever since Pickford crunched his knees, he ain't got the pace that he used to.
Something I want to ask you about though. What are your thoughts on the Trent Alexander-Arnold's situation?
All right. I'm different from most Liverpool fans. I wish Trent well. Do you get me? I feel like he came up through our academy. He's won everything you can think of winning with Liverpool. He's 25, 26 now. The only thing I would say is maybe he should have signed a contract so that we could have got money for him. But at the end of the day, if he signed that contract, what Liverpool would have probably asked for him, Real Madrid maybe not have paid. So it could have then messed up the move, and he wants the move.
They still would have get him free. And based on how I see Real Madrid going after players now, they are actually willing to wait.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Real Madrid has changed their tactic in football. Back in the day, they used to pay whatever for players. Now they're waiting to sign players on a free. They did it with Mbappe. They're doing it with Trent. But I'm not angry with Trent. I wish Trent well, man. He's done well with us. And one of the reasons why I'm not too fussed, I think Connor Bradley is going to be a tremendous right back.
Yeah.
So we've got
This
Trent's
is the thing
replacement
with
right
me
there.
with that decision, Carlisle.
Hmm?
I feel like he's a snake. The reason why I say that is because there's ways of leaving your boyhood club. He could have signed a contract and say, "Yo, I'm just gonna sign this contract, but I just want to sign this just because I want you guys to get money from it."
Yeah, yes,
I
right.
understand
And
that.
the way he was playing in the media face, he's playing and making it seem like he was gonna sign a contract. That's what I didn't like. Talking about, oh, it means more for us because if we win the league than City. Stuff like that. The way he was talking in the media, I'm like, you're literally telling these guys that you're gonna sign, then
Nah,
you
man.
turn your back on them and not
I
sign it.
knew Trent has been gone since last summer, bro.
Yeah, that's
I knew
what I'm
Trent
saying.
was gone.
He should have make it clear that that's his decision from the jump, but he make it seems in the media eye that he was gonna stay.
Hmm.
He said his part is basically.
You get me? But
Yeah.
nah, I'm not pissed. I
Yeah,
think
for me,
Liverpool. I expected Trent to leave. I expect Salah to leave. I think only Van Dijk will stay.
oh, I'm the opposite on that. You know, I feel like Salah is gonna stay and Van Dijk is gonna leave.
Now Salah's gonna go. No, Salah, I think, is gonna get that payday in Saudi,
Yeah,
and I think Salah wants to stay, but I don't think the club want. You know how Liverpool will run. They're not gonna pay that salary, so I think they're gonna let him go.
yeah.
But
What
I
are your
think
thoughts on your manager?
they will keep Virgil.
What are your thoughts on your manager?
Look, I think I mentioned this to you before at the beginning of the season. I didn't know who he was when we hired him. I went and checked up who he was, how he plays football, his philosophy, and I was very happy. I was very, very happy. But I didn't expect anything this season apart from maybe top 4. But I knew, and watching pre-season how Liverpool played, I was happy with how they played. So now I'm over the moon. I think Klopp's an excellent manager.
What are your thoughts on him, bro?
I think he's alright. So before they drop out of those 2 domestic cups, I thought that it was going very good, and then the team started similar things to club. Why me said this based on how the Liverpool team was playing, right? You can see that these guys are very tired. Right? He's using by the same squad, he's not making changes. And then drop out of that, going to the next match now, he's still using by the same players again, and the players are very exhausted. He should have substitute all those players. Team. So I saw where Klopp did that few seasons where it cost them the league. So he's good, but he's doing things similar to Klopp.
Yeah, yeah.
But he's good. He's good. Fair enough. He's good.
Yeah, for me, he's the best manager this season.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree.
the way how he's playing, and you got to remember, he comes in the league without no really big reputation.
Mm.
He's like an unknown factor, and he's what 12 points clear.
12, yeah.
Yeah, he's
With
on
8
his way to
games
win
to
the
go.
league. So for me, he's the best. I will give him the manager of the year of this
Yeah,
season at least.
100%.
Yeah. What do you guys thoughts about the Manchester United game versus Nottingham Forest?
I knew Manu would lose that. Manu need they need a window. They need a whole season to repair and to build. Amarin needs a transfer window. He needs a pre-season to implement his tactic. There are shambles at the moment. So anything that happens to Manu is not surprising to me because they've got no clear philosophy, no clear style. Look, every player that leaves Manu starts playing better. It shows that the issue is within the club. It's not the players. Rashford, for example, Anthony, another example, Alanga that scored against them. Do you understand? So the issue is within the club itself, from the structure to the team to the admin to everything. That's where the problem lies. And I think one of the biggest issues with Man United as well, the ex-old stars. They keep running their mouth and adding pressure to these young players, and they're making things worse for them. Rio, Gary, all of them.
Yes, this is the thing for me. You know, it seems to me like you like this guy. Are you seeing something in him then?
Who?
Amarin.
I've reserved my judgment on Amorim. It's not that I like him. I just reserve judgment because I don't think he's had enough time yet. And he's come in with like I wouldn't have taken that job mid-season like that. He's come in with the team in tatters. There's not
Yes,
much he can do.
for me, he's at the start of the season. I could see something from him, you know. But
Yeah,
ever since, I'm like, it seems that this guy, he have no clue what he's doing.
I can see that too. I can see where you come from. Where you get that point from.
Because I understand you have a style of play, a style of way of playing. Then I understand that, you know. But when you don't have certain players to play that style, you gotta work with what you have.
I agree. Yeah,
He's
but
not
some of
working
these
with
managers
nothing. You
are
know. I don't
stubborn.
see no players improving with this manager, bro. All I'm seeing is this team is going down. Manchester United should be never be in what 15 or 14
13th. They're in
position.
13th. 13th. But you know, the thing for me is Man United, they're very lucky that there's 3 teams that are just bound for relegation this year. Because they would
Yeah,
have been in any other season, they would have been in serious trouble.
yeah. What are your thoughts about it, blood?
You guys, I lost me just now.
Yeah, the match we talking about Manchester United.
Oh, the team,
Yeah,
ah, name not say about Manchester United. Bro. The, to me, the team need a facelift, bro. They have too much all players. They are a very big club. They can attract better players. But I think they just need to get rid of those all players and just start work on some serious rebuilding process. Because if they continue like this, there's going to be one season where they're not going to get relegated. That's the
listen.
truth. Them,
The thing is this, you know, blood. You're saying get rid of all players. Which players you feel like they should get rid of?
the all long time player them man, the all long time one them, the long time player them.
But
Um, they all right. So like the player them who left from big club come play them. Them player they not supposed to come there. So we wash up like the wash up centre back
Okay.
them.
So you're talking like Harry Maguire and those guys.
Yes, they licked those guys. All right, getting some young fresh players, send out scouts, but getting some young fresh players and start the rebuilding process. Start to like Man City, start to rebuild because what they are doing to me, buying big players from big clubs to wash up, and that can drive them forward in the Premier League. The
Yeah.
Premier League is a high pace, brother. You need fresh legs that run where non stop run, brother. The team to all you need.
Yeah.
Team to
All right,
all.
let's move on to the Chelsea game. Chelsea played
Oh,
Tottenham Hotspur.
Tottenham.
Game finished 2-0. What do you guys thoughts on the game?
ah,
Was
You
it
know
I
what?
thought,
2-0, right?
Go on.
alright, so for me, this game started out very boring. Boring. Um, I thought it was going to end nil. You know, Sancho, trying to player, you know, he's just there trying to shift players. Nothing after the shift, no crosses in. I think Neto was very good on the right side. He was very good. He put in some good crosses, but there's no one behind the crosses. He had a good game. I think Fernandez also had a very good game for me. Palmer was ghost until about the latter part of the game. Spurs didn't play any football at all. Like as they win the ball, they lose back the ball. The ball was in their half for like majority of the whole game. But I think Fernandez stole that show. Good game by Fernandez.
For me, Chelsea again, another team in transition. I think they're at the level for now where they should be. Qualify for Champions League. They've got a lot of young players coming at the end of the season. So this is the best for them. That particular game, Tottenham needs a whole. They need a new manager. They need a whole new team. Tottenham are just they're in the same boat as United for me. The game itself was as I thought. I thought Chelsea would win. Cole Palmer, like Jason loves to say, Cole's this, Cole's that. Cole Palmer is a good player, but there are times when the big games come up, Cole Palmer goes missing.
This is the thing, you know. Sorry to butt you. This is the thing that I have, right? This is the problem that I have with him, you know. We've seen like 9 games. I think it's 9 games now straight that he hasn't performed in these games, you know. I've never watched Bukayo Saka go to 9. I've never seen him go to 4 or 5 games straight without affecting that game. That's why, to me, they should have never tried to put him up against like a Bukayo Saka or a Phil Foden. You see me? Because those guys have been doing it for 3 years straight.
That's what I said too. He had one season. And then my thing as well, I remember the other day I was talking about, I think me and Jason were talking, and we were talking about Yamin Yamal and Palmer. And when I said Yamin Yamal is a better player than Palmer, he laughed at me. And I said, I didn't even bother arguing because Yamal has proven him. Dude is 16 winning the European Cup for Spain. It's not like he was just there in the squad. He was an integral part of that win. He's helping Barcelona to win the league.
This is a good comparison. That you said, Yamin Yamal and Cole Palmer, that's a good one. You know why I said that's a good one? Because both of them have very similar season. Like that, both of them have good, I could say 1 or 2 seasons. So I could compare them. That's good comparison for me. Yamin Yamal and Cole Palmer
is a better player than Palmer.
We a better player, man. Miles ahead. He's miles ahead. He shows up in our games.
Yeah.
Shows up
every time.
Not taking nothing away from Cole Palmer, but I've seen a lot of games that he's been ghosted.
Goes missing, yeah.
Yeah, he goes missing. And for your star player, bro, you should be turning up more. That's why I don't get why the hype. I get what the hype about these media trying to make Cole Palmer the best player in the league. I'm like, I know you guys seeing what I'm seeing, right? The media is literally trying to make this guy.
You see, the British media loves a British darling. Do you get me?
Yeah, but you have better British players in the league than him, though. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, they tried to make it. Foden was going to be their darling, but Foden fell off. He's had bad season. I've heard it's come out in the news that he's had some mental health issues all season.
Fuck that. You don't have no mental health. Nigga, you just can't play.
That's what they said, but you get me? But he's fallen off, so Cole's the next best thing. They don't want a Saka or a Rashford or none of them guys to be
How you feel?
Huh? Racism.
Okay.
It's plain and simple. It's no hiding or sugarcoating the fact. Bro, you know upset a lot of these British people are that Jude Bellingham is the poster boy for England football at the moment. They don't like it.
Can imagine.
Do you get me? So pushing a Cole, even though a lot of them were shocked when they found out Cole Palmer's mixed race.
Yeah.
A lot of them were shocked, but he's still white passing.
For me, Carl, your race, once you're playing the game the right way, you're putting out your performance, your race shouldn't play a part in you being the best player in the league, bro.
Listen, it shouldn't, but based on how the system is, it's going to be an issue. When Raheem Sterling was the star boy for England, everything all right, Raheem Sterling bought his mother a house. They made it a negative. Yeah. Foden bought his mother a house. They made it a positive.
Yeah.
That's how the British media works, especially sports media, especially when you're black.
Yeah.
Like a white player celebrated doing gun signs. Sterling tattooed the gun on his leg. It was the worst thing ever.
Yeah.
Look how they treated Saka after the Euros. He was like 16, 17 that time.
The guy's been England's best player for 2 years straight. The past 2 years, he was England's best player.
They're not going to push that. They're
Okay,
not.
let's move on to the Man City game.
Yeah.
Man City. What do you guys thought on the Man City game?
City are just trying to save their season. Finish with a thing. They played well. They played all right. Grealish played good. Do you
Yeah,
get
I
me?
remember an episode with me and Jason. Jason asked me about what's his name, Omar Mamouche, and I said that he haven't
Yeah,
done anything yet for me to say, yo, he's gonna be a great player or he's a tremendous player. For me to judge somebody, Carlisle, I have to see you perform in the league consistently. I have to see you play like
I
9
get
or
that.
10
I
games.
get that. But sometimes you can view potential too, and potentially, Mamouche is a bad boy. I've watched him from Germany. Mamouche is a bad boy.
Yeah,
He's
but
got all
Carlisle,
the
you should look at
attributes.
it this way, though. Playing in the Bundesliga is one. Playing in the Premier League is a total
But
different thing, bro. That's
but
why I said
but
I'm giving him a few
one
games
second,
before
Andrew.
we
I'm gonna let you finish
start
in 1
judging
minute,
it.
bro.
okay,
But
okay.
for me, you have to look at certain attributes. Mamouche is strong. Mamouche is fast. He's got vision. He can finish. So he's got all the attributes to be successful in the Premier League, and that's what I'm putting it on.
Yeah, but we see that a lot of players who have all those attributes, and when they do come in the Premier League, they haven't done nothing.
Yeah, it's fair enough. But he's
That's
showing
why
it.
I
So he's
said I'm
doing well.
giving him a round of games before I put my judgment
But
on this guy.
he's doing well. He's doing well. Go on, Andrew. Say what you're saying, bro.
Well, based on the games I've watched him play so far, he's very good. He's a very direct player. He has an eye for goal. I think he has great potential to have a marvelous season next season. So we can't judge him this season. I'm waiting for next season to see. But he has very, very big potential. He's good with free kicks, very fast, strong, and he attacks the ball right through, and he doesn't stop running. So for me, he has great potential to
I
shine
agree.
next season.
I agree, bro.
Yeah, on that game, on the Man City game again, what is going on with this guy? And I'm seeing that guy never talking about, oh, India need to create a position for Phil Foden just to play. Bro, this guy has been shit for what, last year?
Foden is fully off form, and I personally feel he needs to be dropped so he can find his. He's not going to have the hunger if he's still getting played and he's so badly off form.
100%, 100% I'm with you. And you got to remember, you have other England players there who play that same position who's performing for their team. You got Morgan Rogers that's performing. You got Gibbs White that's performing, who plays that same position. You got even Eze plays the same position. I don't understand why Phil Foden is in this team.
It's England, man. They have their little darlings and they stuck up to them.
Let me ask you, Carlisle, Miles Lewis Kelly. What do you think about it?
Good player, great potential, very good player, very strong.
I think he's here to stay.
Yeah, he will. Him, and that other little youngster from Newcastle. That's what England needed. Two good left backs. Lewis Hall. Huh?
Riley?
What, from Newcastle?
Yeah.
No, Lewis Hall, the one that they got from Chelsea.
Okay.
Very good. Two good. England's finally got two good left backs.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, for me, Lewis Kelly, it's obvious to see that he's gonna. That position is there for him to lose.
True.
That's how I see it. For me, he just have to just put away his ratchetness, and he's good.
Yeah,
I think he should keep everything that's got for him now. I don't want him to change a bit. Be who you are. Be confident.
Well, for me, he's a bit too careless with some of his challenges. He's very rough player, but he needs to work on how to tackle more clean because he's such an important player and we don't want cards to be,
But you know what? A lot of what we have to remember as well. He's 17, bro. So
Yeah.
he's
So,
17 playing men's football.
Yes, he'll go.
That will come.
Yeah, but let's go straight away from the topic though, the Man City topic. Again,
yeah,
I don't see a lot of people talking about the full Foden and Jack Grealish situation, because these guys are bought in. Jack Grealish is bought in for what, 100+ million? We see now that Kevin De Bruyne is retired. Look how much games Kevin De Bruyne haven't played this season. It's for those guys time for them to step up and grab that position, and none of them have really stepped up and grabbed that position.
Grealish ain't been on form for years now. Grealish just got the big money and he's
What are
enjoying
your
life.
thoughts on that, son? You feel like that's a flop?
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
yeah, man. Flap, flip, flap. Flap, flap, flip, flap. Yeah, man. Flap.
100 million, and Grealish has scored probably about 10 goals. Did you
Yeah.
get me?
Yeah, man. Flap, man.
And this is one of the big things why I've always said that City is not really a big. Yes, they're a big six club, but they're not one of the big six club that get highlighted a lot. Then
No, I'll tell you why the Grealish.
because
Why?
look at the Nicolas Pepe situation. Nicolas Pepe had finished the season with, I think it was like 19 or 17 goals, and now you telling me that this guy had what, like 5 goals for 100 million. Nicolas Pepe went for like 60 million, 60, 70 million.
But all right, let me show you why the Jack Grealish flop is not highlighted as much. You know what covered Jack Grealish's failure? The fact that they kept on winning. So they still won the Champions League. They still won the league. They've won other things. If City was in a position where they weren't winning, then the media would have been, oh, Jack Grealish is a big flop. But because he's still got medals to show for it and City kept on winning, that's why it's not a big of a deal.
Yeah. Yeah, let's move on to the predictions for this week games, guys.
All right.
And first game on Saturday early morning, we have Arsenal versus Everton. What are your thoughts?
I see. Yeah, go on, Andrew. Go on, bro.
Go.
I see Everton coming away with a draw there. 1-1.
I think that's going to be a tough game. We have seen in seasons where they have came up late to beat us, to draw with us. But I'm hoping for a 1-0 win to Arsenal.
Yeah,
It's going to be a
that's what I'm thinking it's going to be. I feel like we're going to win this game 2-0. But let's go back to our point in the Liverpool game. Carlisle, that tackle on the Tarkowski tackle, that's a red card.
McAllister, that's a red card.
That's a red card. I don't understand how that is not a red card.
But you know what? I don't even argue about these things no more because the Premier League Referees Association have come out and go, sorry, he should have been sent off. This is the second time in 2 seasons they've done something like this with us. Remember the goal against Tottenham?
Yeah, and I remember one where they did with Pickford on Virgil van Dijk last season.
Yeah, and then you remember when Pickford injured Van Dijk and should have been sent off as well. They didn't do it, and the reason was because it was a second phase of play because someone else touched the ball, so they couldn't go back and give him the red card for injuring a player or something.
Yeah.
So they're always doing stuff like that.
Yeah, so let's move on to the Chelsea game. That's the next game up. Chelsea versus Bournemouth. Right? Yeah, Bournemouth.
I think Chelsea's going to get that 2-0.
No, it's Brentford. Chelsea versus Brentford.
Brentford. I still think Chelsea's going to get that 2-0. Chelsea turns up in games like these.
Yeah.
Chelsea did 1-0. 1-0 to Bournemouth. Chelsea did.
Brentford, blood.
Oh, Brentford. Yeah, man. Come on. 1-0 Brentford. 1-0 Brentford.
Yeah, I feel like Brentford is going to win. Brentford is at home. I feel like Brentford is coming out with the win in this game. I feel like Brentford 2-1. Let's move on to the next game. Liverpool versus Fulham. Fulham is at home.
Fulham over the years have been our bogey team. Like Fulham, for some reason, always finds a way to beat us, no matter how good we're playing. But I feel like the fact that we know we need 4 more victories to win the league, we're going to scrape that one, maybe 1-0.
I think Fulham winning this game. 1-0 Fulham.
I feel like it's going to be a draw game, I feel like it's going to be a draw game, 2-2.
I think we're going to scrape this.
Tottenham Hotspur versus Southampton.
Tottenham win 2-0.
No way. Tottenham now win. The way how me see, Tottenham are play football right now. Southampton. 2-0, Southampton.
Yeah,
Come on.
for me, Tottenham, there's no way Tottenham losing this game, bro. If they Southampton's at the bottom of the table, bro, how are they going
Southampton's
to?
worse than Tottenham.
Yeah, come on, man. How are they going to lose this game? I'll go for Tottenham win 3-0. Our next game up, we got the Manchester United derby. Manchester United versus Man City.
City 3-0.
Oh, wow.
Man, you not going that game. Go 2-0.
Man U's at home, you know?
2-0 City. Yeah, man. 2-0 City, man. 2-0 City.
No, nothing changed.
Man,
City all the way. Man, you ain't got a hope.
yeah, man. 2-0 City, Marmoush goal.
Yeah, I feel like Manchester United could come up with something, you know. Honestly, they normally turns up for games like this, though.
They do for big games, they do. But I feel like they're in such a run, and at such a point, it's coming towards the end of the season. They've got nothing to play for. Yeah, I don't think the players are gonna. I don't even think the players are motivated at the moment. So that's why I think they're gonna win.
Yeah, but wait. Bruno is not doing too bad for the past few games. Bruno is kind of stepping back up. So, but they're still gonna lose.
Yeah. Yeah, and that should be it for this week's games, guys.
All right.
Yeah, so guys, just like, subscribe, and share, and follow us on TikTok. Thank you guys for jumping on again. Carlisle.
All right.
All right.
Bye, guys.